Hello and good evening to all good fans of StruggleR. Welcome to Season 2, Round 6 of StruggleR. We're going to be racing Klonoa 2 today, and for your commentators for this monumentous event, you've got me, Fish, Kythius, Lord of the Wheel, and I'm joined by the ever-charismatic Mr. Matt Internet. Say hello, Mr. Matt, to all your fans.
Hello, Mr. Matt, to all of your fans, and welcome on in. Oh, it's a glorious time to be here with you yet again, Fish. I have fond memories of when we were doing commentary in the last season, so I'm delighted to be back with you today, Mr. Lovely Kythius.
Thank you. If I realised I should have been aware that you were going to say exactly what I told you to say, and I should have taken full advantage. But
you should have.
Next time.
You've missed your chance now. No, never again. You're never getting that chance ever again. You stuffed it, Kythius.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good start. Excellent. Thanks, Mr. Matt. Yes, as you said, we did commentate Ocarina of Time Randomizer, which I feel like there's a rematch for that coming up. I may have seen a couple of practice streams going on recently, so very looking forward to watching that one. As you said, this is season 2 of StruggleR, and we are an offshoot of the Wheel of Struggle, which is essentially a book club for games that everyone kind of struggles with or hates in some form or another. It's much more fun than it sounds at first glance. If you want to find out more, you can head to the website wheelofstruggle.com. You can join our Discord, which is all the rage, and generally you can just stick around and meet some cool people. And today, of course, we have 3 people racing Klonoa 2, and let's introduce you to them. We've got Adrienne's Revenge, Escape Route British, and Garlips.
Hello.
Oh,
cool.
Boy.
The energy is high.
Right there. We were like, do I say something? Do I not?
I'm loving the energy so far. Lovely energy from all 3 of you. Shall we end up going down this properly? Shall we end up starting with our first place? Well, our first racer. I was about to say first place. I'm not giving away spoilers just yet.
Say first place.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
We all know Adrienne's going to be first place.
Yeah, well, let's get started, Adrienne. God, I've lost my cheat sheet document. That's bad commentary.
Oh no.
No, it's all right. We found it. So Adrienne's Revenge. I think you're a top favourite for this race. You've been practicing in secret, keeping all your progress to yourself. But what's your history with Klonoa 2? I think I have a note here that says that you played it so much on a demo disc that your parents felt so sorry they bought you the full game eventually.
Yeah, I got my PS2 for my 11th birthday, so that thing is so old it's legal to drink in all countries. I think now it's an official adult. And Sea of Tears and Jungle Slider were the 2 levels that were on the demo disc, and I played them so much I could do them perfect. Well within time limit. So yeah, my parents bought me the full game, and I lived on that game. I played it so many times.
So is that part of your strategy for tonight? Is to just absolutely ace those levels, and that will get you the lead you need?
Levels. Yeah, honestly, the D-Rust, I hadn't played it because I bought the Fantasy Reverie series when it came out, and when I did my D-Rust, it had been about 14 months, and there was just so much muscle memory there. It was horrifying. I played it way too much, but there we go. It's going to give me an edge, I think.
Good. And this is your favourite installment of Klonoa?
Yeah. I didn't play number 1 as much. So, yeah, I think because this is the first one I played, it holds just like a special place in my heart. Always does.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you like to give your own line of fighting talk to your opponents?
Yeah, I will be leaving Garlips and ERB in a sea of tears when I cinch this victory.
And your one word?
Laculta. Laculta.
I expected more energy for a word with 2 exclamation marks after it, but that was very demure, very classy.
What a bit of a drop of power there. But let's hope that our second racer will end up being able to bring it back even more powerfully, because our second racer is, of course, the marvellous Escape Route British, who can be found on youtube.com/@Escape Route British. Welcome, Escape Route.
You said bring it all back. Bring it all back to you.
Oh, yes. Bring it all back with some S-Club classics. Right, so the history that you have with this game, do you want to talk a little bit about it?
So I remember getting this with some Christmas money as a kid, because Klonoa looked like Sonic on the front of the box. I'm like, oh, you could get Sonic for PS2. Back then, you couldn't get Sonic for PS2. That was just a little bit before Sega went third party. So I'm like, oh wow, Sonic on PS2. Didn't like the game because it didn't play anything like Sonic.
I have a sneaking suspicion you're not alone in that boat. I think there's probably a few kids out there who were like, oh, this is going to be like Sonic. And it was not like Sonic at all. Not
like Sonic.
So, out of the Klonoa series, which is your favourite?
Well, I would say this one, Klonoa 2. I did play Phantom recently as part of Fantasy Reverie, and that one is, in some ways, better. But Lunatea's Veil has more interesting set pieces. Like, the levels are more varied.
Absolutely agree with you on that. Klonoa 1, I would say, is the superior game, but Klonoa 2's got a bit more spice, a little bit more going on underneath the hood, so to speak. Do you want to give us your fighting talk?
Well, it's not really fighting talk, to be honest with you. Adrienne's got something to prove after that Crash Bandicoot defeat. So I'm going to need to fight harder to have this in the bag, Gucci. Because you meet a guy named Baguji like 7 times in this horrible race.
Sorry, but all of this mention of bag just makes me want to say baguette, because it's just a fun word to say.
Baguette.
Baguette. But speaking of one word that's fun to say, why don't you give us your one word? Oh, beautifully done. Beautifully done.
And that takes us on to our third and final racer for the evening, Mr. Garlips of twitch.tv/Garlips. How you doing, Garlips?
You alright? Yeah, I'm alright. It's kind of fitting. We've all picked words from this game in the nonsense language that they speak, and it's kind of funny that Adrienne's asking for help with her word, and Escape Route British has a false sense of confidence in his. It's just fantastic.
Well,
it's the way.
What does your one word tell us about your approach to
my word is the one that Klonoa makes when he takes damage. I'm a realist. Okay.
Fair enough. So your history with this game, Garlips?
Yeah, so ERB bought this game with some Christmas money, and he didn't really like it that much, or as much as I did. But I found an affinity for it because it's got a little cat man on the front. He does like snow, water / airboarding, and it's on the greatest console ever made, which is the PlayStation 2. So like that just instantly secures it a place in my heart. Basically, I love the PS2. It's the GOAT.
I think you're probably giving away your favorite installment then as well in that assessment.
Shock horror, yes. Well, first of all, Door to Phantom is expensive, and I think has always been expensive because it wasn't hugely I don't think it had a mass print run. Klonoa 2 doesn't either, for the record, but I was around and cognizant when Klonoa 2 was around, so we had a copy of that, so we didn't have Phantom. I did play Phantom recently on the Reverie Connection, and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I am aware that was a Wii remake of the original PlayStation 1. I'll probably like the PlayStation 1 version more because I have a lot of nostalgia for the PlayStation 1 as well and its visuals. But I think it would have a very hard job to beat the nostalgia of this one for me. And also, it doesn't have Leorina in it. Leorina is pretty. I think she's pretty.
She is pretty.
Those aren't the exact
what
words.
do you think about a certain cat?
So this came up in conversation before the start of the stream. I'm not sure what the rules are on things you can say on Twitch, but let's just say Tat's got it going on.
Can we move like swiftly on to the next bit?
I think we should. Do you want to give us your best rendition of your one word, then, Garlips?
It's munyep. But as for my fighting talk, because we mustn't forget my fighting talk.
This is true.
As per the soundtrack's best song, I'll be stepping wind, but I'll also be stepping ERB and stepping ads on my way to ultimate victory.
Very nice. Thank you, racers. Mr. Matt, do you want to tell our lovely viewers more about what Klonoa actually is now we've been talking a little bit about it?
Of course, I would absolutely be delighted to do so. And this has been written up by Garlips, aged 12 and a half. So, he's written, Klonoa 2 is a delightful PS2 puzzle platformer where mastery of the game's elements will separate the wheat from the chaff. Klonoa is a dream traveller, finding himself pulled from one dream to the next and helping newfound friends along the way. It's like he's Scott Bakula in Quantum Leap, but for nightmares, in it. He's also a cat boy, dog, thing, much like Scott Bakula. Gameplay focuses around picking up enemies and then using them to destroy other enemies, jump higher, and so on. There is a tangible puzzle element to the game as more elaborate setups need to be solved to progress. Presentation and music are also top-notch.
Fantastic. Thank you,
Mr. Matt is a bum.
There's shenanigans
I just threw a
going
little
on.
extra in there.
Just saw it come up on the.
So mean. This is right. So just a little bit of backstage, all right? I'm going to drop the act now. I'm going to drop the act, all right? I'm angry now. Look, this is what I have to put up with, all right? They do bully me behind the scenes, all right?
Oh God. Very rare. We got some real Mr. Matt.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You made me break character. I'm back in now. I'm back in. We're okay.
Oh dear. Thank you, Mr. Matt. Yeah, shenanigans going on in our race notes there. I'll run through the rules for today's race. Also taken from Garlips, age 12. Racers today will be playing on easy. This is so there are infinite lives. We think a normal race would be doable, but in some of the later levels, if someone runs out of lives, they have to begin the whole thing again. And some of these levels can be 5 to 10 minutes each. To keep things competitive, we're eliminating that possibility. If you know special tech that speeds you up, that is legal, but nothing that skips whole levels. Skipping cutscenes, however, is allowed and will be utilised. Finally, the race is being conducted via RTA, that's real-time attack for non-speedrunners, that just means normal time. But if we have a photo finish on the real-time attack timers, then we'll defer to the in-game timer, or IGT for pros, which will be on screen at all times in each person's gameplay.
Lovely. No one can stop the crushing, relentless tide of real-time attack.
Yep. Unless there's some time wizards among us. I'm holding out hope. I think that's everything we've got. All the matters have been attended to, preventing us from starting the race, unless anybody would like to correct me.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Oh, none of us are holding our peace. We all went before.
I did actually put out a reminder. But anyways.
Excellent. Well, let's go over.
Just a quick one. Chat, can we get someone who's got moderator access? Can we get a poll coming up anytime now that can just end up sort of saying who is the favourite for this race? Come on, chat. Who have you got here? Have you got Adrienne? Have you got Escape Route? Or have you got Garlips? Who are you putting your faith behind?
I can probably
I know
sort that
you
out
don't believe in me.
at some point.
If
Fuck
anybody
all
is
that.
voting for me, they are misguided.
Kramet has apparently got hemorrhoids. I'd just like to say a quick welcome on in to everyone who has ended up popping in today. We've got lovely Tater, we've got Markman, Draven, we've got Pumpkin Blades, we've even got Nemesis who's popped in. We've got Neo Spoon as well. We've got loads of lovely, lovely people in the chat today.
Yay.
I'm on it. I've
He's
figured
on
out.
it. Sorry. My joke. Me making the suggestion hasn't gone down like a lead balloon. Fish is currently sorting it. Don't worry.
Create a new poll, any percent, go.
There we go. We've done it.
There it is.
That's a world record.
That's my first ever poll. So
Oh,
congratulations, me. I figured it out on the fly.
I don't know why people keep doing things on flies.
It's just
use
fun that way.
paper.
No, paper's old school.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, if you're wearing tracksuit bottoms like me, you can't do things on the fly. You have to do it on like the drawstring.
That's true.
Joke's on
wearing
you, I've got
pants?
flies on my shoes.
You're wearing pants? Oh, la-dee-da, Mr. Frenchman.
some of us are sat here in our underwear.
Tremendous. Right, so this is our race screen. Isn't this wonderful? This is fancy, and it's all been put together by one madman. I wonder if that madman's in this race here today.
Garlips, age 12.
And a half.
And a half. Can't forget the half. That's important.
Right, so Adrienne's Revenge is ready to go on the start game in easy mode screen. She has a cursor on yes, so if our other racers could get to the same point.
Guys,
I'm there.
Excellent, we are all ready to go. So I'll count you in from 3. Good luck, racers. Any final words to the racers before I mute and deafen them, Mr. Matt?
I know that this is going to be a close race. I know that this is going to be an exciting race. So I'm really looking forward to this one. But just best of luck to all 3 of you.
Thank you, yes. And to you,
Thank you.
you both of you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
good luck, guys.
Yeah.
I meant the hosts.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
Okay.
we need all the luck we can take.
Right, see you in a couple of hours. In 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go.
The racers are all deafened and muted, and they're off.
Marvellous. You didn't need to be that harsh and end up removing their eyes. That was a bit harsh. And ears.
But it
Can't
will,
believe you
it
did
will
that.
make their progress in the game more exemplary and amazing that they're now doing it completely blind.
It's lovely, isn't it? And since we've blinded them, we should probably end up telling the people at home that this is the level known as the Sea of Tears, the first level in the game. And as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. So, you might be wondering to yourself, what's the deal with those little clocks and why do they make massive sounds? Well, that's your checkpoint system for this game. In the event that the runners die, they can end up jumping through. Our first little mistake there from Adrienne, but it's okay. ERB has taken the lead now. But it is anyone's to play for here.
I think it's fair to say ERB is the underdog going into today's race. Less experience, less practice in the last week.
Indeed, he's also been very, very worried about this run, basically from today, because he's realised that it's come around so quickly, as many of these things so often do, don't they? Here's our first auto-scroller section, where you end up flying on the wings of a little creature with a big smiley face. Isn't that fun? Asbury, I don't see many tears here. I'm afraid you have to remember that the sky is crying in this. That's the tears. The tears are raining down.
how's our poll getting along? So
Our poll.
Ads is in the lead with 4 votes.
Oh, but it's still anyone's to play for at the moment. Adrienne is in the lead with 4 of the votes, but Garlips currently has 1 and ERB has 2. But don't forget, you can end up putting in your support. ERB's just had a little bit of support there. He's up to 3 votes. Let's see how this goes. Remember when Garlips beat ERB in the last race? Good times. Okay, Tater, that's your own funeral you're writing there, because Garlips will read that later in the VOD.
And I had to read it now, and I was in that race and didn't even get a mention. Quite rightly, I should add.
You did fine. You did.
I did not. It was awful. I'd rather not revisit those memories.
All right, we'll just drop it. We'll drop it, mate. Don't worry, we'll drop it.
Yeah,
Right, so there's our first little cutscene. We'll be coming back here a lot. Don't you worry. Now we're into stage 2. ERB still slightly ahead, but not by much. Garlips literally nipping on his heels, and Adrienne just only a step or 2 behind that.
Yeah, for anyone unfamiliar with the game. Oh, sorry, go on, Mr. Matt.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, for anyone unfamiliar with the game, we were talking in one of Garlips' practice streams earlier in the week about what type of game this is, and I think we settled on a 2.5D platformer. So you see a lot of it is side scrolling, like a traditional 2D platformer. But there's also this kind of depth element where sometimes you'll have to throw items from the foreground to the background, or vice versa, to solve puzzles and put enemies where you need them to be able to jump higher, etc. So there's some puzzle-ish elements in there as well.
There are indeed, and including in how sometimes you have to actually collect some of the enemies, because you'll end up having sort of these keystones that you have to pick up. I say keystones, they're actually a living creature that you're throwing other creatures into to generate a large key to get through a gate. So there'll be times when you have to end up picking the right order in what you're picking up, and also sometimes making sure that you're getting them in time so that you can end up being at a platform higher so that you can end up catching it when it comes back to you. There's a lot of little tiny finicky bits of puzzling in this game. It's wonderful.
Yeah, everyone's sticking quite close together so far. It's very early days, obviously. Nothing too tricky, so just mostly efficiency in movement and skipping cutscenes and things. So nothing really to separate people just yet. No major mistakes.
Indeed. It's mostly going to be at this point. We're seeing basically the same things, and there's not going to be a massive difference just yet, but there will be some times when Adrienne might slip ahead, or Garlips might slip ahead, or ERB might regain the lead if he loses it, but at the moment, he is still ahead ever so slightly. Every single missed grab, every single missed throw can end up being the difference between first, second, or third in this race. This is going to be a really tight one, Fish. Are you excited to see how this goes?
I am. I've been tracking, because I don't know the game, so I've just been observing the players, the runners, in the lead up to this. Obviously, Garlips has been very open with his practices. We've had some reportage of Adrienne's practice as well, and then obviously ERB chucked in some late runs today. Certainly everything seems really close. It could go any which way, I think, on the day. So very excited to see where we get.
It's going to be a spicy one, race fans, so get on in and get yourself a nice comfy seat, because you're in for this for about just under 2 hours, depending on how these runs go. Fish, I'm just curious, if any of the runners were to get a really good time today, would they be able to submit this to SRC?
That's a fantastic question, Mr. Matt, and I feel like they can't, potentially. There were some shenanigans in terms of the format, because there's frame rate issues. If you have a high frame rate and you're playing on PC, you need to show a frame counter to make it a valid run, I believe.
Indeed. But because Garlips and Adrienne are playing on the PS5 version of this, they are open to submit because they've got the IGT displayed on the screen right now. Escape Route's the only one who's dividing this at the moment, as that he's gone for the PC version. And I think Adrienne is doing pretty well against the boss, phase 2. But ERB has just taken him down again. There we go. This is potentially where we might see a difference, because we know that Adrienne is incredible with her bosses.
Yeah, and absolutely. The kind of minor lead that Escape Route British had going in just on the kind of platforming things, he seems to have lost in the boss fight, which is showing potentially that lack of practice starting to come home to roost already.
It's incredible here. Let's see. I think that's Adrienne. Yep. Oh, no. I think Garlips has just taken the lead here. Yes, Garlips is in the lead. He's got the vision clear. And he was even showing off with a little bit of a ring wave. Oh, and ERB is also doing a little bit of ring tricks. So now our positions have changed. It is now Garlips in the lead, Adrienne second, and ERB in third. But that could all change at any time. And we've got the results from our poll as well, Garlips. Sorry, Garlips, Fish. I'm so used to calling all of this with Garlips.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yes, Adrienne's Revenge has taken the pole for her first victory of the night, potentially. With ERB close in second, and Garlips surprisingly taking the crowd's last place with only 2 votes.
You have to remember that Garlips always plays the heel in all of these, so of course he was going to get less support there. People love the Garlips, but they love that bad boy image that he's got as well.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Adrienne is now on Jungle Slider, I believe.
I was going to say that this seems like quite a difference. What's happening here? how is this so different all of a sudden?
I think Adrienne has gone for Jungle Slider first, and Jolient's Fun Park will be following.
Right, okay. I thought there'd been a massive change in position there, but there's just different orders going on. Makes more sense.
Either that or Adrienne ended up doing a massive skip.
Yes, which isn't allowed. You can't skip entire levels.
No. Don't worry, they'll be doing all of the levels that they have to do as part of this game.
Yeah, we'll be able to compare them easily once they hit certain bosses, because presumably those have to be done after a certain set of levels, even if they change up the order in between.
Indeed, we'll be coming up against something that I'm going to be struggling with, talking about the Wheel of Struggle. It's going to be Leptio, the Flower Clown. I might have to excuse myself for a minute, but before I do that, Fish, this is all part of one major thing, isn't it? This StruggleR. This is an offshoot of something, isn't it? It feels like it's connected to something, like a wheel of some description.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, obviously it is. It is part of the Wheel of Struggle family of content, where we are currently in our off season, having just wrapped up season 6 not too long ago. So we will be beginning season 7 of the Wheel of Struggle in the very near future. And essentially, we are a cool group of people that like to play games and have a bit of a friendly competition about how far or how well we can play games that specifically are a bit of a struggle in either jankiness or difficulty or obscurity sometimes as well. So it's really fun. We all chat and have a laugh and have favourites on the leaderboard. And yeah, it's a great time. So if you want to get involved, head over to wheelofstruggle.com and stay tuned for news about the imminent season 7. I can reveal. I think it's already been revealed, so it's nothing, not breaking news by any means. But we do have the games list for season 7 now confirmed. The council are aware. We are currently in the midst of testing and preparing everything for the next season, and we're really excited about what we've got planned.
I can't wait. Season 6 was an absolute delight, and I am so looking forward to Season 7. Chat, if you aren't part of the Wheel of Struggle, I would recommend you get over there as soon as possible over on www.wheelofstruggle.com. Now, do it now, or maybe after this race.
And I've just seen as well, we do have one of our forefront strugglers in chat, MBZ, who I believe is also celebrating her birthday today. So happy birthday, Z.
She is indeed. Happy birthday to Z. Or Z, if you're in the UK, of course. We're having a nice little chase down here.
Right, Adrienne has completed the jungle slider and will now be getting on to Jolient Thumbbark.
Here we go. So we won't know who is fully ahead until they end up doing this because, of course, ERB and Garlips will have to go through the slider still. But Adrienne's gotten that out of the way already.
Yeah, I'm with Asbebere in chat, by the way. Season 7 is wonderful for anyone who loves incrementally increasing numbers. We are going up from 6 to 7. Great time.
My goodness, my goodness. It's wonderful to end up seeing numbers go up, except for when you get to our sort of age, and then it's a point of, oh dear, oh no, what have I done with my life?
Yeah, let's get existential on a game like Klonoa.
Let's get weird up in here, Fish. Come on, let's get weird. Let's get really freaky up in here, you know?
Oh, dear.
On Adrienne's display, we just ended up having one of the early sort of tricks where you have to pick which order you end up picking things up. That will get more complicated later on. So it looks like ERB and Garlips should be coming out of this stage soon and then heading onto the slider. Markman is asking where my pants are. It depends on which sort of pants you're asking, whether you're asking for the American style or whether you're asking for the English style. Those are two very, very different questions, my friend. So there's something wonderful about this game, and it's a colourful charm. You don't often see games that end up having this sort of wonderful colour palette. Chat, do you have any games that end up being of this sort of colour and quality? But Fish, do you have anything that springs to mind?
I mean, my go-to for any colourful games is just Tetris. That's my bread and butter. So,
you're obsessed with the bloody thing.
I am. It's a problem. I'm seeking help.
It's okay. We all have to seek help in our own vices, and our own things that we have to deal with every day. Don't forget, chat, that we're all in this together, okay? Each of us, all together. Every day.
Yeah, Tater immediately going Tetris on the Game Boy, where famously it just had 4 varieties of green for a colour palette. So.
NES Tetris and the fact that once you end up breaking the level limit and the game just starts generating its own colour palette, beautiful. If you haven't seen that video by Summoning Salt, which describes the Tetris world record history, I would recommend it. It's a marvellous video.
Speaking of this game's colour palette, obviously blue main character, vaguely not human. Side-scrolly features. I think there was probably a lot of Sonic-like hype going into this. I think ERB said that was part of their draw into getting this game in the first instance. Obviously not a very Sonic-like game once you get into it.
No, it's one of those things where when you're young, advertising makes you think that something is very similar to something else. So if you saw, someone pulling vaguely Sonic-y sorts of poses on the front of a box and you're like, ooh, anthropomorphic animal, maybe this is going to play like Sonic, you automatically start building that up in your head. So that is a real problem. It reminds me of another Sega title that ended up having that sort of same aesthetic, which is my favourite colourful title, which was Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
I can't even tell if that's a joke or not.
It's 100% legit. But Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg is a real game that existed on the GameCube, and I only found out recently on the PC as well, because ERB yelled at me and said it wasn't the PC. I was like,
I feel like that's possibly ERB getting extra points on low res.
Possibly. He's trying, bless him. Of course, if you've never seen Low Res, I'll be an absolute pain in the arse and promote it now. Low Res, go and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's free. We don't get many viewers, so they don't put adverts on it. Go ahead. Go and watch it.
What a advert. Love it.
I know. I'm so good at promoting it, aren't I?
I mean, I watch it, so you're doing something right.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you were on an episode. Or two.
I do intend to return one day.
One day. Once Garlips has put too much pressure on you to resist.
Yes, yeah.
It's low res. Lowest res. Watch it. It's free. Thanks, Mark, man. You did my job for me. So we're going to be finding out soon who's in the lead, and I think it's going to be... Yep, Garlips is now in the lead completely. But Adrienne is not that far behind. And ERB is not that far either. He's going to be finishing this level pretty soon. And Adrienne wraps up that stage, and she will be heading to the boss.
I feel like Adrienne's only about 15 seconds behind in RTA.
It's so close, so close. But as we know, Adrienne could easily make up more time. She is a beast of bosses, where Garlips was worried that bosses would end up potentially being a problem for him.
Seems to be taking Leptio the flower count down, and I hope you're keeping your composure, Mr. Matt. I know how you feel
trying,
about
my
clowns.
friend. Mate. I'm going to take some deep breaths. I'll try. It's going to be tough. Adrienne going with a slightly chasing after, but that might actually be faster. I think she did that phase faster than Garlips there.
It did feel slightly faster.
It really did.
No flashy ring tricks from ads there. Just here, all business.
It is all business here. Here we go. What's she get? Oh, Garlips just missed out on picking up that little fella to end up delivering a nice little cheeky hit.
One ads, I think, has closed the gap. Virtually neck and neck, frame for frame.
I think they are at this point. This is so close. And ERB is not that far behind them.
I think this is going to be... Yeah, ads has just got the boss down frames ahead of Garlips there.
Cool. Race fans, if you are excited for this race, let me tell you, it is heating up now. The positions have just changed ever so slightly. Adrienne has now taken the lead. Garlips frames... Oh, wait, no! Oh my... I think it was just menuing there, but Garlips has just taken the lead via menuing. Right. Off they go to Vault Hall for a nice little cutscene.
This is all too hard to call, I think. This is almost in-game timer territory at the moment.
It's a good thing we have the IGT on so that we can end up having a photo finish if it's coming to that, because I fear it will be.
Just waiting for the IGT to come back up so I can see. Yeah, ads has the lead in the IGT by 7 seconds or so. And
this is a mad race.
And we have gone different ways again. So again, we're not going to know how people compare until later on, potentially back at the boss again.
And we take on the mobile tank Biscarsh. What an exciting fight this will be. So we're just under, I'd probably say, we're just under halfway. We've got the game does expand a lot more once you end up hitting the second half, when there's a lot more levels before you end up getting to the boss. So got plenty of race action here today to go.
People were saying
Garlips
that,
and tell him Kylo win. Watch him go mad and finish this game in 10 minutes.
Garlips is strangely motivated by by Kylo's victories.
It's just one of those things, and I think it's one of the most beautiful things about the Wheel of Struggle, that you do get these friendly rivalries pop up that carry on into StruggleR. It's a marvellous thing to behold. How do you end up sleeping at night, Fish, knowing the creation you've generated has caused these rivalries?
I sleep very well. I feel like rivalry is the essence of progress.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And of course, if you do want to see... Sorry, I was going to plug the Ocarina of Time race there while you mentioned
go ahead.
and Garlips rivalries. So yeah, a rematch of Ocarina of Time randomizer from Season 1 of StruggleR between Garlips and Kylo, with the added wildcard of Escape Route British. And that's on Saturday, 18th of January, very nearby, this Saturday, at 2 p.m. GMT. Available in all good time zones relative to that.
Oh my goodness. I'm so looking forward to that race, because I've heard there's been some complete weird guy who's gone in and ended up doing a load of cosmetic changes. So the racers will have no idea of what they're facing, what they're coming up against on Saturday. And let me tell you, the title screen's going to make them laugh.
To be honest, it's the thing I'm most excited about. Is just seeing what you've done. I genuinely feel like it might be enough to alter the results of the race as they discover sounds in loose time.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Just look out for, if any of them encounter Ganondorf at any point. Just keep an ear out. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
I hope it happens.
Right, so Tater is saying that the rest of the council don't sleep, but you know what? You should probably end up getting some sleep at some point to end up making sure that you're ready for all of the rest of the races that will be taking place as part of the StruggleR season, put together by the wonderful Wheel of Struggle and Garlips Incorporated, who of course is Garlips by himself. Don't know why he had to incorporate himself.
Yeah, we've got StruggleR races all the way up to the end of February. There's some really exciting things on there. I will be back racing again, hopefully not embarrassing myself this time.
Tremendous. What race are you taking part in?
I've actually
I've
got two coming up. I've got Advance Wars 2 against Lovenflufen, Deki himself, and Kramet. And that's 23rd of February. And then I'm rounding out the season of StruggleR, I believe, on the 27th of February with Trials 2 against our very own MBZ, Garlips, and Wooger.
Oh, amazing. Wooger, of course, joined on Season 5, and MBZ ended up joining us in Season 6. And I must say, every single season, we seem to get some more and more amazing racers and more amazing strugglers take part. It's been such a pleasure to meet so many awesome people as part of the Wheel of Struggle. So I'd recommend that if you'd love to meet some more awesome people, check out the Wheel of Struggle, okay? Do it today.
And Kramet just reminded me in chat there that he has pulled out of Advance Wars 2. But I'm going to keep him listed so that if I come last, it's not last.
Cheeky. Good idea.
And that's what I did with Mean Bean Machine, who everyone will remember Octobot came last. So.
Octobot did come last. And the person who came in third, they tried really super hard, okay? They did really super well.
Oh, it hurts my heart.
So, we're waiting at the moment to end up seeing who is definitively in the lead. But if we have a quick look at the IGTs, they're all around the same sort of figures at the moment, but Adrienne is ahead at the moment. But Garlips and ERB are practically neck and neck on the in-game times.
Oh, so I believe Adrienne was going for some style points and landing on the chimney of the what do you call that?
Yeah, it's the chimney. It's the chimney stack, I believe.
Yes. Deck would be so disappointed that I didn't get a train term right. But
Look, stuff Decky, stuff him. Like if he's not here right now, is he? You can label parts of trains wrong. I love their big wheels that are on the side. You have to put little tires on them, don't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to call that the train's erection then, and we'll move on from there.
Excellent. The train erection. It's after. No, I was about to say it's after 9, but it's not. It's we're 12 minutes to 9 o'clock when the watershed ends up buggering off.
We'll just pretend we're in Europe somewhere. It's after 9.
Oh, marvellous. It depends on which part of Europe, because of course some parts of Europe are +2 and some are +1, and that really makes it fun when I have to talk to some colleagues. So great. All right. Don't forget Ads versus Floof in the Ultimate Platinum Hunter race. Oh my goodness. In Europe, they have boobs on billboards. They do indeed, and I wish we did over here. You know, really brighten up some subways, you know?
I don't think there's much that could brighten up the tube, I'll be honest.
Really? Oh, I think there might be, you know, if I'm on there and I'm like, oh, you know, that's a lovely, you know, nice pair that I can end up looking at and going, I really should end up working on my dating profile. I'm so alone.
Oh dear. I feel like we keep trying to drag the commentary into a dark place, but
Oh, well, we are 100% trying to end up dragging this into new horrific directions, but
we've got to balance the saccharine, bright, cheerful gameplay of Klonoa 2.
We do. If we don't end up having some form of darkness, then what will we do? What will we do? We'll be happy and cheerful. We can't have that. So, as you just saw on Adrienne's screen, we just ended up having one of those perspective shifts where you have to move one object from the back into the front. Well, sorry, from the front into the back and then follow it over. So this is the sort of perspective tricks that we'll be seeing, along with having to time and select the right thing that you're picking up at the right time. So it looks like, according to the in-game time, Garlips is now ahead, ever so slightly.
Still plenty of game left to go. Still absolutely anyone's game, and obviously we have no idea. All we know at the moment is that Garlips is slightly ahead of the RB. But as we saw in the last boss fight, it ended up really level again. Ads took the lead in the boss fight very briefly. So yeah, very hard to tell if a leader even exists right now.
It's incredibly difficult right now because we won't know, as you say, until we end up hitting that boss fight, and then we will know for sure. What a race! What a race!
Z asking if Ads is behind or the other two not done the level. So they did diverge on these levels again, with Ads doing these two the opposite way around. So Ads has currently already completed the level that Garlips and ERB are on, I believe, and they're doing them the other way.
So you can pick your own order before you end up taking on the boss. So on this section, you have to do, I do believe, 2 levels. Underground Factory and Volk City before you can go to Volk Hall and take on the mobile tank Biskarsh.
I did see Garlips fight Biskarsh earlier in the week in one of his practice streams. He had a really bad time, got into a really weird position where he wasn't able to cycle the boss at all and just kept getting fundamentally stun-locked, which was really fun to watch, but probably not what Garlips is going for today.
I imagine he's hoping that doesn't happen here today, but anything could happen as part of StruggleR. Now, we won't be checking in with our racers for another half an hour or so, just to end up seeing how they're going. Or are we even checking in with them today, Fish? Or are we actually leaving them alone?
I think we can offer a little quick check-in at the 1 hour mark, see how people are feeling. We'll try and do it in something that looks non-critical, but we'll see how we go.
It will go fantastically well. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to end up asking our racers here today, please feel free to end up getting those in your chat. If you can use the highlight my message, you can end up making sure that we can end up seeing your request of a question to any of them. But please do keep in mind, we may not ask every question to the racers.
And welcome into Neil Legend. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying our Klonoa 2 race.
Legend by name and hopefully legend by nature. NBZ with our first question that we'll be asking the racers. I think we can definitely ask that one, can't we, Fish?
Yeah, I suppose I'll allow it.
Yeah? Excellent. There we go. So we'll be asking that one once the hour has come up. So I do believe the fastest time in the world on this for this category is by Takuto, who ended up having a staggering in-game time of 1 hour and 8 minutes, but a real-time attack of 1 hour 32. Absolutely incredible. That seems
like quite a difference. I don't think our racers have been having that kind of differential between their RTA and IGT times.
There is quite a bit of a difference between IGT and the RTA times. Just for instance, if I look at the last place person on the board for this, it's 1 hour 30 in-game time, and the RTA is 1:59. Now, Struggle fans, do you want to know something? I know Adrienne's PB on this game. I know it. Do you want me to tell you?
Are you going to spill the secrets, Mr. Matt?
I can do. For you all in here now, Adrienne messaged me earlier to end up telling me that her IGT, her actual time, is a 1:29. That means if she can get that here today, she could submit that to SRC and legitimately take 9th place.
That would be exciting. But we do have our very own world record holder in chat. Neil Legend is indeed a legend and holds the world record for the first game. Klonoa.
Well, hey! Really a sight to see a massive Klonoa race. Well, it's wonderful to have you in, Neil. If you don't mind me calling Neil, or if you prefer, I can call you Mr. Legend. Whichever one you want to go with.
Go straight for the first name basis for a person named Mr. Matt is a bold move.
Oh, Neil works, thank you. So, see, Fish, you can't shame me, okay? But do enjoy the race here today. So that's it. Adrienne has ended up taking the lead. She has taken down the mobile battle tank and is cruising into first now.
Yeah, we're really starting to see some differences now in the performances and the placements.
So, for those of you who want a quick breakdown, at the moment it's Adrienne in first, Garlips in second, and ERB is currently in third place. But again, it's all to play for. I don't know what's going on.
That's to play with it all. We're not going to shame you.
Yeah, don't shame me. Don't shame me, Fish. Oh, I do so love commentating with you, Fish.
Me too, Mr. Matt. It's good to be back.
Oh, it's marvellous, isn't it? It's a wonderful double act. What should we call ourselves? Fish at?
Mr. Matt Fish to Net?
Yeah, we can go with that. Chat, if you've got any ideas, go for it. Don't shame Matt, but you can shave him. You can't shave me.
I think you prefer to be shamed.
Mr. Fish. There we go, Mr. Fish.
Just keeping it simple.
Grammar with get a few beers in me first, Mr. Matt. Oh, I will. I'll see about that. I mean, beer's quite expensive nowadays. So we've got ERB, who has now ended up taking on the mobile tank Biscarsh. Both Adrienne and Garlips have ended up going straight on to the volcano.
Vulcan Inferno, I believe.
Yes, Volcan Inferno. They have to do this before they end up having another trip to Baguiji's place. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, Adrian's Revenge absolutely taking a definitive lead at this point over Garlips, with ERB bringing up the rear. They're all on the same level now, so it's still not, final results by any means, but the first time we've had some real differential in progress, I think, so far this run.
There's just a little cheeky skip there by Adrienne. You don't need to take that big bouncer up. You can just skip. You'll see a few of those in this run where you can end up jumping over something that's asking you to be jumped on and just going, nah, actually, I'll go my own way, like Fleetwood Mac. Sorry, I was just enjoying the mad saxophone there. The chase section of this with its mad little synthesizer going on.
I think we're beginning to start to see some little slips and mistakes from ERB. I saw him miss a jumping bouncer there. I think that might be contributing to where he's at in the race at the moment.
Whilst we can't count ERB out completely, he's going to have to hope for a few mistakes from Adrienne and Garlips to end up really catching on up here. But it's not impossible.
And Z doing our jobs for us and letting us know the Garlips is almost exactly 1 minute behind ads in progress so far.
But in terms of the in-game time, they're actually not that far behind each other, with Adrienne on 29.15 and Garlips currently on around 29.40. So there's a bit of a difference there on in-game times. The closest comparison at the moment is between ERB and Garlips on the in-game time.
So in terms of because the in-game times would have started really quite close as long as everyone followed my countdown closely enough. So are we saying that ads is also more efficient in skipping the menuing and getting through the non-IGT timed portions?
Well, the in-game time on this will end up being paused whenever you've got any sort of menuing going on, or if you've got the save dialogue or anything along those sorts of lines. So RTA is basically the how you've done this whilst you've also had to press buttons in between things, and the in-game time this is literally pure gameplay. We're not going to count anything except pure gameplay. So in answer to the question, the end of this race is going to be incredibly exciting, folks.
It's already exciting, Mr. Matt. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, marvellous. I can't believe you had to buy a whole seat. A better way to think of it is that the RTA is the physical amount of time spent playing the game. Very correct, Neil Legend.
Weirdly, that comment only came up in my browser and not my OBS chat. So
oh my.
Hopefully that's not a sign of any problems.
Well, I don't believe there is, but there is a problem going on right now for ERB, who's just taken a death. Unfortunate.
That's our very first death of the run.
ERB's trying to skip over the drum section, but he's realised that might not be the best. I think he's just trying to catch up time wherever he can here. Indeed.
Also, it appears Garlips is going for collecting the stars on this level, which will, I believe, get him some kind of doll. Oh no, he's died.
Oh no!
That is unfortunate.
So I think we can definitively say at the moment that Adrienne is in the lead. As long as she doesn't take any deaths, I think this is almost in the bag for Adrienne. Garlips did plan on getting some swag dolls.
So I can exclusively reveal from behind the scenes that Garlips had given up on that plan at some point earlier on today, and has said that that wasn't going to feature in his strategy for today's race. But I think he may have decided that this level, it was pretty much so en route he was going to go for it for at least one for some bragging rights. But then he did die in this level, so maybe not the brag that he was hoping for.
I don't think so. I think he's going to be feeling that one, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing all about it when we check in with our racers at the hour mark. Now, Adrienne has moved on to the next section. She's past the cutscene, so this is wonderful for her right now. All she's got to do now is complete Ishra's Arc, Mountains of Mirror Mirror, and the Maze of Memories, and then she can take on Bonti, the hatchling, which I believe is the Sonic the Hedgehog ripoff of this game, I believe. Or it's not, don't worry. It's just we were talking a lot about Sonic earlier, and I've just got it in my mind, okay? Nemesis invoking one of the things that Garlips ends up having as part of his channel, which is the Mother of Oh No's, which is a large explosion of Oh No's that go across his screen. What a delight that is. Is there any elements of Garlips streams that you really enjoy, Pythias?
I'm a huge fan of his quote function in his chat, where we take explicitly what Garlips says and means and nothing more. We don't strip any context at all. We get the quotes recorded and then pull them back up at appropriate times. And I think it just really helps hold him to account, you know.
It does. I think we're journalists on this, aren't we? We quote the truth at the end of the day.
Tater commenting that his favourite is Garlips' break song, famously that country hit, It's Waz Time.
Oh, what a tremendous jam that is. But speaking of Adrienne's Revenge, I really enjoy her community connection that she ends up having. It's a wonderful connection that she ends up having with her community and really tries to make them feel as welcome as possible. It's tremendous. Oh, that's not good for Adrienne. She does not want that. That's going to end up having to be a repeat of this section. Have you caught up much with Adrienne's streams before?
I've tuned into some of Adrienne's streams for sure when I'm around. I do like the chilled vibe, the easygoing, trying the attempts by chat, certain members in her chat to get feet on stream and things like that. It's all good fun and banter.
They really do love feet there, don't they? It's absolutely insane. And of course, our non-Twitch streamer, of course, ERB, who of course makes YouTube his home and loves the YouTube crowd over there. Really enjoy the energy and his views on games. He really does love getting in depth into why a game's good. It's a wonderful check. And also his Energy Can series, which is also available on YouTube. I would really recommend that. Have you caught much of the ERB on the YouTubes?
Not outside of his low-res appearances, I must admit. I do subscribe to him on YouTube, but I haven't had a chance to watch much of his content as of yet.
I'd recommend the rather marvellous video he did with that Garlips guy to end up going over a rather disturbing drink, which is yeah, it didn't really excite my taste buds to hear them talking about this pistachio chocolate horrific drink that just yeah, it seemed really disturbing. But yeah, I would recommend that if you get a chance, I would subscribe to ERB on the YouTubes and check out and subscribe Adrienne's Revenge and Garlips also on Twitch. I would recommend following all of those lovely racers we've got here today.
Z potentially giving us another question to ask ads at our hour break interview, if she is wearing pants or not, and if that's contributed to her performance and speed in today's race.
Again, Z, you need to end up recommending that if you're discussing the American version of pants or the British version of pants, because again, those are two very, very different things. Can you put the channels into chat? Of course I can. You can find, let me just go and get these up. Twitch.tv/Adrienne's Revenge. And Twitch.tv. Oh, and someone's given a shout out. I can only assume that was one of the lovely moderators of the Wheel of Struggle. Yes, British pants, Neil Legend. British pants means underwear, whilst American pants means trousers. Ah, there we go. Trousers in it. Yes, it is indeed. I don't know why I was going to go and search for ERB's link. I literally have it right here. I'm an absolute kit there. There we go. Cargo pants. Checkmate. Good move. Good move, Kramit. I appreciate that one. That's a good move. I'm not the best, Nemesis. I'm not the best at this. I think you'll find that the best at doing all of this is Fish and Garlips. They're very, very good at this. They're very good indeed, aren't they?
I don't think I'm the best at anything, but as shown by my recent race performance.
Oh, my friend, you created the wheel. Never put yourself down. And there is another mistake from Adrienne. Oh, that is going to cost her a bit of time. She wanted to get that lovely thing right down the hole. She needs to get it down the hole. She needs to get it down the hole and right into that red mush. There we go. Beautiful. She's done it.
Tater is using the bot's shout out function rather than Twitch's inbuilt one that has a cooldown for some reason. So
I think they did it to end up preventing spam, but yeah, sometimes that just gets a little bit annoying. Noddy Fiona is saying sometimes it takes a couple of tries to get the thing in the hole. It does. Even with proper lighting, it can be a struggle. And speaking of struggle, you can end up finding out more about the Wheel of Struggle over on www.wheelofstruggle.com.
yeah, we've got a good little bunch of shout outs there, so do make sure to follow. And I will shout out Mr. Matt Internet as well with his famous sofa streams. Also available on Twitch TV /Mr. Matt Internet.
I can't believe it. I am indeed available on Twitch. I can't believe it. It's one of those weird things that I still can't believe I do, but here I am trying to entertain you at home. Or on the bus, or wherever you are, really. I'm just trying to entertain you in some form or fashion, whilst we end up watching these amazing races. So I do believe at the moment Adrienne is still ahead. So this is a timer puzzle here for Adrienne. She needs to just wait until it explodes, and then it will end up taking her up. We'll be seeing that mechanic again later. Pulling off some sick tricks. You can see why people thought this was Sonic a Hedgehog. Because of course, in Sonic a Hedgehog Adventure 2, released on the Dreamcast, the greatest system ever made, not the PlayStation 2, as Garlips said, you could do little tricks and things. It was wonderful. Loved going up of ramps and doing little tricks. Garlips missed the hole too. Oh no, he did. But he's gotten it that time. So it looks like both of them ended up having a little bit of a struggle there. ERB has surprisingly caught up. He's not that far behind, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Garlip's death shook him a little bit.
Shook him down to the bone. Look, Tasty, you don't need to end up ripping on me for playing Flight Sim, okay? It's okay. Look, I landed that plane. Okay, I wasn't in the plane when it landed, but I did land it. Thank you, Draven. Thank you.
I didn't see that stream, Mr. Matt, but I really hope you made a lot of pilot announcements while you were flying.
Oh no, I terrified the co-pilot to death. I think at one point I ended up asking them if they enjoyed being alive.
Always what you want to hear in a cockpit of a plane.
It really is, isn't it? It really is. So, Fish, are you going to be doing some wonderful streams
I do hope to be streaming a bit more this year. I think my Twitch recap for last year told me I did 7 streams, not including all the Wednesday wheel spins, of course, of which there would have been around 20 or so. But yeah, actual Kythius streams for last year, about 7, which surprised even me with its lack. So yeah, hoping to get back online a bit more this year.
It's tremendous. I'm hoping we'll see you more on the Twitches. Aim for 8, 9, maybe 10 streams this year.
Yeah, let's say 10. Nice round number.
Beautiful, beautiful. There's your target. Chat, hold him to it. If he doesn't give you 10 streams this year, it means that Garlips gets to end up doing a small dance for him, or whatever else Garlip wants to do. Garlips wants to dance for people. It's just what he does.
Garlips died, Adrienne flied. Did Garlips die again? Did I miss that? While I was...
I don't believe he died again.
Okay, that's fine. Garlips takes over the wheel. That's pretty extreme, but yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
There you go. There's the challenge for the end of the year. End streams. You got to do it, Fish.
I think that's what Garlips needs is more work.
yeah, he absolutely does. Absolute legend. Let's. I'm going to break kayfabe quickly. I'm just going to be breaking kayfabe just quickly. Garlips puts an awful lot of effort into these races. He puts a lot of effort into the background that you don't ever see. He ends up putting in so much work into the StruggleR series and also the Wheel of Struggle as well. He puts an awful lot across a lot of work across all of it. So absolute props to the mad lad.
Yeah, if anyone ever has the joy of hosting one of these races, you'll get a full pack of pre-designed scenes and everything's all set up. It's absolutely wonderful. It even allows me to host these things with absolutely no testing until the last minute, and it just works. It's fantastic.
Absolute legend. So do give all the props to Garlips, and don't tell him that I said that, okay? Because otherwise he'll think that I said nice things about him, and it just makes it funny, okay? Right, we are on an absolute banger of a stage now with some of the funnest music, I think, in this game.
Yeah, I think everyone's probably clocked it by now, but we are listening to Adrienne's gameplay, which appears to be the right choice because she's in the lead.
Oh, there we go. Decky's in after you ended up making all of your insults towards trains earlier.
Sorry, he's lurking. Oh, he can't hear. It's fine.
Dagnamit, Taser. A real king.
Tater, you're using some lovely features of our Stream Chat AI bot there, like the clip command. Quick question for you as one of the people involved with Stream Chat AI. Can you put in a proposed title for the clip after the exclamation mark clip command so that it titles it for you? Because that'd be sick.
Oh, that would be very nice. Like being able to end up putting that in as a temporary name or something like that. Just something that you can end up using to classify it rather than the stream title that it always uses at the moment for the quick clips.
Yeah.
It's an interesting feature. I'd love to see it.
Free little suggestion for you there, Tater.
There you go.
I'll take my check in the mail, please.
Yeah, the Stream Chat AI. Oh no! Adrienne fell off there. It's okay, not too much time lost there, but it's still not great to see. Here we go, little hop. There we go, she made it this time. Oh, welcome as well to Quantum P1. This music is wild. I love it as well. Like that, see? Perfect. 1-to-1, mate. I was here before you, Slicks. Alright, mate, alright. Still, it's nice to see you, innit? It's nice to see you, Quantum P1. Don't get so bloody salty, alright? Bloody hell. But speaking of Quantum P1, do you know what I'm going to have to do?
What? What are you going to have to do, Mr. Matt?
I'm going to have to take him on in a Disney's Hercules PS1 race, okay?
Is that a thing?
It is a thing. It's a real race. It's on the calendar and everything.
Wow, I didn't even know that. It sounded made
It's
up.
okay. I understand. Okay? I understand, you know, you're thinking that everything I say is made up. No, some of the things I say, Fish, are real. Oh, there we go. Markman's just revealed what you called the train's chimney stack.
Yep, there you go. Decky's agreed it.
And here we are, everyone's favourite level, Maze of Memories. This level is a bit of a notorious one.
What's it notorious for, Mr. Matt? What's it notorious for, Mr. Matt?
It's notorious for all of the perspective changes you need to end up doing. It's the back and forth navigations you end up having to do. There's lots of things you have to remember with this stage, and it's not easy to get your head round when you first come to this stage, but once you've learnt the pathing, it can become a lot more comfortable to complete. Oh, Adrienne just with the mistiming there. It's because she ended up hitting the weird little dog creature, and it started its timer prematurely.
Still, I would say a comfortable lead. Plenty of space to make some minor errors now and again. So
some minor ones, but nothing too major. Come on, Adrienne, you can't make too many any major errors here. Come on, you can do this.
And apparently the little dog things are called boomies.
Oh, there we go. Boomies.
Thank you, Neil.
It's good to end up having an actual expert in the chat, isn't it? It's wonderful. It covers up for all of our shortcomings. ERB did mention earlier that every single creature in this game does have some form of a name. So who is leading? Well, Decky, in all ways, it's always the Wheel of Struggle leading. But all of us together, it's Adrienne's right now. So we are going to be coming up to the first hour, where I do believe the wonderful host Fish will be going and checking in with our racers. So at the moment, we've got one lovely question in from MBZ, which will be asking them why they're so cool.
Yeah, who do you want to get started with, Mr. Matt?
Oh, shall we go with first place?
Yes, let's. Although,
yeah?
let's not reveal that to ads, of course.
Oh, of course not. We wouldn't end up doing that. That would just be stupid. It would ruin the race. It would ruin it. I can't believe you would even suggest it, Fish. What's going on here, sir?
I just had to make sure. Just had to double check.
Oh, I see. You think I'm that stupid, huh?
No such thing as too safe, Mr. Matt. Right, let's unmute and undeafen ads. Hello, ads.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very well. How is the race going for you so far?
Couple of little mistakes that have cost me a few seconds here and there, but otherwise...
You mean like that
one? Like that one, yeah. But otherwise pretty happy with how it is going.
Very good. We have a couple of questions from the audience for you.
Okay.
As we get nearly an hour into real-time attack through this run. So our question comes from MBZ and is, how are you so cool?
I'm so cool. Well, I hope you mean calm-wise tonight. So I'm feeling very calm. I'm not cool otherwise. But I don't know. Yeah. I guess because I know it.
Z also is asking another question as well. Feel free to take this as to either the American or the British version, however you so wish. MBZ wishes to know, are you wearing pants?
Underpants, yes. Outer pants is questionable. Happy birthday, Z, by the way.
And do you feel that your lack of pants has added to your speed in today's race so far?
Oh, I don't know. That's a big question.
The audience consensus appears to be that pantsless is the way to go. So maybe you're onto something.
It's a nice way to live. Yeah. You don't have to worry. Just get up, go. Not out the house, but.
Neil Legend, who is popped into chat and has ended up delivering so much fantastic information to us. He's really saved our ass. Has ended up asking, what's your favourite Klonoa character other than Klonoa?
I always loved Lola. She was very, very sweet. Especially the scene at the end of this one. You won't get to see it because I'll be skipping, but where she ends up in tears, it's very, very sad. So she was always my favourite growing up.
Tremendous. That's the end of the questions we've got, other than Decky asking what a post-it smells like.
Sweet. Fucking lush, Decky. Love a post-it note.
I suppose it is after 9 o'clock. We are allowed to swear now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, family friendly and all that jazz.
It's fine. We're not AGDQ here. We haven't got the budget. So wonderful. Where do you think you are at the moment in the race? Do you think you're in last place, second?
I feel like it is very, very close. I think we're kind of all going to be neck and neck with one another. It probably like the crash race with me and Decky kind of swapping leads here and there, I think. But yeah, it's hard to tell because we were all sharing our times. In the Discord. Well, I kept mine secret. What Garlips doesn't know, that my PB in practice was 1 hour 29:33.
It's perfect.
So, if I can do that tonight, I'll be very, very happy.
Well, I think we should leave you alone because you are taking on Polante the hatchling right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll get out of your hair.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Perfect.
Quite quietly confident, I would say there from ads.
Quietly so. Giant egg. And at this point, Billy Hatcher ended up getting giant hearts in his eyes and was like, yes! You still don't believe me that Billy Hatcher's a real game, do you, Fish?
I haven't had a chance to fact check you yet, but yeah, we'll find out.
Right, ads having to end up dying.
Neil Legend seems to know what you're talking about, so I fear that it's true.
Billy Hatcher mentioned it's a real game. It's real.
Oh dear. Right, shall we check in on our next racer?
I think so. Who should we go with? I think Garlips is about to be getting to the same sort of point, so we should probably check in with him just before he gets to Polante himself.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Garlips. Welcome to our hour check-in.
Hello, chaps. How are you?
Yeah, we're good. How are you? How are you finding your race so far?
I made a couple of silly mistakes, but overall, I'm happy so far. I'm doing all right.
We have a couple of questions from the audience for you. We're hoping to get them
I'll try my best.
Sorted before you hit your next boss.
It's okay. This boss is a cakewalk.
Well, let's not jinx anything.
It's a cakewalk. You've got me on video.
Fair enough.
Soon you'll have me on video. Carry on.
So, appropriate question from MBZ. How did you get to be so cool?
I don't know. I was just kind of born like it, and then the coolness has just developed over time, like even more than I was born with. I don't know, but I just keep breathing and trying to do right by people, and I guess that makes me cool. So thank you, NBZ. Although NBZ is supposed to be rooting for Adrienne's revenge, so...
Oh, don't you worry. That was a question that ended up being asked to all racers.
Okay. Lovely.
So you're not special at all.
Oh, okay, good. I just got to get a reminder. Yeah, not special. Good.
It's good.
Happy birthday, NBZ.
Super. Next question. Go on, Mr. Matt.
We're probably about to ask the same one.
Well, I'll let you
go
ask
ahead.
it. No, you ask it. That's fine.
All right.
What's cooler than being cool? Iced cold.
Oh!
And I'm on a slow level in it! Sorry.
Sorry, it's a beautiful branding opportunity. We've got an absolute legend, a sweetheart in chat who is actually helping us massively. Neil Legend, who ended up who holds.
Yes.
Yeah. Neil Legend, who ended up asking the question, got milk like those dairy ads back in the day?
I don't drink milk anymore. No, I don't got milk no more. I cut it out of my diet so that I'd lose weight. Unfortunately. I sometimes have oat milk. Oh, shit. Okay, I missed the first cycle boss. Shit.
Well, the cakewalk. You've missed the cakewalk.
Has become a donut trot.
Oh.
It's okay, it's fine. But yeah, a big thanks to the Klonoa speedrunning community. I didn't actually talk to anyone by name, but I have been creeping in their Discords this week trying to learn secret stratagems. So much appreciated, folks, and thank you for your effortless wisdom on the subject, man.
And
you'll be so happy with the
There we go.
And our serious question from Neil Legend is, what's your favourite level in Klonoa 2?
Oh, now that's just so difficult. I mean, it's got to be a slider level or a snowboarding, waterboarding, airboarding, whatever. I think it's probably the first snow level just because of the music. The music is fantastic. But I also quite like the upside down mirror palace thing that I just did as well, because that used to, as a kid, give me trouble. And now I've learned it like back to front, so I know exactly how to do it. So it's not a nightmare anymore, which is nice.
Wait a minute, did you just say that this game has waterboarding in it?
It does have waterboarding in it. You saw it earlier.
Jesus! Oh no, you took a dark turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, you had to get the crystals somehow, and resorted to methods.
Wow, and I thought Spyro took a dark turn at the end.
Poor Gnasty Gnork.
Yeah, I can't believe the dragons had their own version of Guantanamo Bay. I mean, that was pretty messed up. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, but I was well chuffed to get all 200 crystals in Guantanamo Bay, so excellent.
Jesus.
Should we leave this about? I mean, yeah, you can leave me to it if you like. I'm making a pig's ear of this, so...
I think that's probably why we should leave you to it, so I don't distract you anymore with talk of waterboarding and potential human rights violations. I mean, dragon rights violations in Spyro.
Fantastic, chaps. Don't be afraid to check in again with more weirdness. That's absolutely fine.
Thank you. Best of luck, Garlips. Oh, one thing before we do let you go, Garlips.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you think you are at the moment?
I think I'm second, maybe first. If someone else has had a nightmare, it'll just depend.
Okay. Well, best of luck.
I think that's currently where I am.
We'll check in again before the end of the race, maybe.
Smashing.
There we go. We're back. Back, just us.
Oh.
Yeah, no food for Mark. He's had enough. It's past his bedtime in the UK.
Don't worry. Once we get look, I'll make a note of this. There we go. I'll put it at the end of the levels. There we go. So it's on our sheet now. Okay, it's on our sheet just for you, Mark man. Just for you. It's on our little sheet now. So there you go, Mark man. I hope you're happy. Okay, we'll ask it later.
Unmute ERB and don't say anything but that order. What time is it in the UK? It is currently 9:30 in the evening. Nerdy Fiona.
So we're comfortably into the evening time. The Acolyte of Struggle asking if Jason Vader would beat Gekish in Cuphead PC.
I don't think Cuphead is either of those people's forte, so I have no idea.
I think Gekish would probably take that because Gekish is quite good at those sorts of things.
We've got a worldwide audience in tonight. We've got New Zealand, we've got Nicaragua.
My goodness.
Full gamut of time zones. So hello to everybody at whatever time of day it is. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Well, the main thing about the wheel is, of course, that it is Mr. Worldwide. Or in this case, it's Mr. Wheelwide. Oh, we have fun here.
We do. Shall we check in with our third and final runner, Escape Route British?
I think that'd be lovely.
Hello, Mr. ERB.
Hello? Nobody's finished already, surely.
Oh, no. We're just checking in to see how you're doing, sir.
I lost so much time on Volk 2. Genuinely, I lost so much time on Volk 2. And I'm losing time now.
Don't worry, I'm sure that the others are having slight mares wherever they are. Just focus on your run. It will be okay. You'll get through this.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Yes, that one hit. That was so dicey.
Nice one.
Oh dear. We won't take too much of your time, ERB. We just have a couple of questions
Good.
from the audience for you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So first one comes courtesy of MBZ, and just a quick question. How did you get to be so cool?
How did I get to be so cool?
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I'm cool, and then I'll let you know.
Fair enough. And then we have very own legend in chat. We have Neil Legend, world record holder for the first Klonoa game, in
Oh,
chat.
cool.
And they've asked a couple of questions. So,
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
what's your favourite level in Klonoa 2?
What's my favorite level in Klonoa 2? It would be boring to say one of the boarding levels, so I'm gonna say Maze of Memories, just because once you get that puzzle down, you feel so smart.
I feel like if this was Family Fortunes, you know, the end thing when you can't say what the
Yeah.
other person's just said, we'd be giving you give us another answer, because I think that was almost verbatim
Yeah.
Garlips' answer. But yeah, that was good. Draven DeVere has asked jam or marmalade.
Oh, jam.
Jam, easy.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And anything you want to pick out, Mr. Matt?
Whereabouts do you think you are at the moment? Do you think you're riding high at first, second? You're thinking you're in third.
Yeah, third.
Well, don't forget that everything can change. And I can't even confirm if you're in third, my friend.
I know. And I wouldn't want you to anyway. It would spoil the magic.
It would spoil the magic, but don't worry. This so far has been an absolutely incredible race, and we thank you all for taking part in this, because it's just been a marvel to watch so far.
I did my first practice today, so that's good to hear. I thought, oh, this won't be a problem, and then I found out how much ads and Garlips have been practicing. Okay, that's a bit of a problem.
It may have sprung up a little bit there, mightn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, the crowd had you as second favourite ahead of Garlips.
Oh,
so.
interesting. Okay,
So hopefully that's going to give you a little bit of a motivation, you know?
you would hope, wouldn't you?
You can hope for a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that they're going to come true. Right.
I don't think. Yeah, that's fine. I did.
Right.
I was
Well,
like, do I need a? I don't need a. So, sometimes it's a little bit tricky. Like the pillars, you have to destroy different pillars the first time through, and that gets me.
There's a lot of having to remember which order things happen in this game, and it's a beautiful game for that.
It's time to skip 5 cutscenes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice one.
There you go.
That is a
GG's
lot of
there.
exposition.
Well, best of luck with the rest of the race, ERB. We won't take
Thank
up
you.
any more of your time. We'll let you concentrate. And
Thank you.
we'll check in again later. There we go. ERB fairly confident in his position there. I don't think he's as behind as he probably feels that he is.
No, he's being a lot harder on himself than he needs to be right now. He's not that far behind the other two. Like, there's not a great deal between them right now. This literally could be anyone's race. As you can see by the in-game times as well, that they are very close to one another. Adrienne, of course, is still in the lead, but she's being chased by these balls. A nightmare that I'm sure many of us have had. Right, exactly, Draven. For only having practiced today, he's keeping up, which is an incredible achievement.
And were you happy with your answer, Draven? Are you also a jam acolyte?
Are you a jam-up guy like Bret the Hitman Hart or El Dandy? Sorry, that was a really niche wrestling joke, and I think like 3 people would get that.
I'm sure those 3 people loved it.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Shout outs to Wrestling Bios. I know it's bios.
Well, they should have chosen a different word then.
He should have. He should have.
Yeah, ERB is indeed a gaming force and always a formidable presence on the Red Ring round on low res as well.
Oh, absolute beast. Like I have to try and come up with more and more things to trick him with on every single time that he's on, and it's ridiculous. It's getting harder and harder to make up like game titles that actually might sound legitimate. Or
almost
legitimate
still,
games.
like maybe Mr. Matt, feel free to steal this idea. You should do like a Chase rip-off special version of low res at some point where ERB is the chaser.
You know, that might be a good one for a Christmas special.
Yeah, because I think he'd put paid to like a team of 10 people against him.
For you, the chase is over.
And I'm sure you'd have plenty of opportunities to create your own Fanny Schmeller moment.
We've got a question from me, oddly enough, in here. That's not how this works, Decky. Don't forget that you're supposed to be asking questions to the racers, not the commentators, remember? We are nothing here. We are nothing. We are literally just here to be a voice whilst wonderful gameplay happens. Mr. Matt, have you made a game title up that turned out to be real after the fact, considering the jank that gets made on Steam? Oddly enough, that hasn't come up yet, but I'm sure it will do one day, and I'm terrified for when that does happen. Especially if it was like, where did you come up with the game name? Oh, I watched this really awful show on YouTube, and this weird guy in a colourful jacket told me the game name. Oh! That's that. Yeah, alright, Z, that was a good one. So, at the moment, Ads is still in first place. Embryo Compass. It's time for Cursed Leonarina. I can't say words, Fish. I can't say words.
It's fine. I'm sure that's not important for a commentator.
Oh, it's not. It's not. I mean, I've heard some football commentators get away without being able to say anything for years, and they get paid. They get paid for this, Fish. We get nothing.
I feel like there's a Quantum P1 Chris Kamara voice command that should be played at that point.
I don't know, Jeff.
There you go.
The thing is that happened at the grounds just up the road from me. That's incredible. I can go out of my front door and look up the road, and there's the park where that happened. Oh, Decky is off. He's sending much love to Peeps, which I believe is a form of marshmallow bird in America, I believe.
Yeah, classic Deck always just stating his love for American snack food.
It's weird, to be honest. It's. Oh, Adrienne missing out on the hit there. Can she get this final hit? There it is.
We've got some quick reportage from our agents in the field in America. Peeps are vile and disgusting, according to Markman and Notifiona. It's been verified from 2 different independent sources. Oh no,
oddly,
the upsetting everybody with the contentious take on Peeps being delicious. I don't know who to believe anymore.
Fish, not to dox too much, but you're in the UK, aren't you?
I am.
My goodness, I couldn't tell from the accent. There was a shop called Good Deal, and they oddly enough ended up selling Peeps for a little while.
Right.
I have no idea why it happened, but they ended up selling like a UK version of Peeps, and they were quite nice actually.
Oh,
You just
fair
couldn't
enough.
eat like you couldn't eat a lot of them in one sitting because otherwise that would make you feel horrific.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't had the pleasure of trying it, but weirdly enough, there used to be a Morrison's where I used to live that had a really strong Irish section, and you'd get snacks that you're going to get in Ireland, like Tato crisps and things, which was just phenomenal. I loved it.
Tim Tams and things like that.
Yeah, club soda. Yeah. Just weirdly, like not really culturally Irish, but only available in Ireland.
For some odd reason, like these are foods that have nothing to do with Ireland. It's just that they're only sold in Ireland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love it when that happens. Yeah, you can't get club soda in the UK.
It's probably sold under a different name.
So I don't know how we got into Peeps chat. I don't know why I did it, but just a quick update on the race so far. Adrienne is currently one whole boss ahead at the moment. She's in the next area. So she has taken a commanding lead at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, I had a post-it note, talking of post-it notes from earlier on. I'm not sure what people are going on about. They just smell like paper to me. I don't get it. But I had a post-it note ready to write down Adrienne's time for beating that boss so that we had a point of comparison. And I got so distracted with the Peeps chat that I've completely failed at my job as a commentator again.
I've ruined it all again. And we're moving on to Tim Tams now, speaking of weird foods like that. Tim Tams end up having that wonderful feature where you can bite off one corner and then the opposite corner, and then you can slurp tea up and put the whole thing in your mouth and it will dissolve like some horrific chocolatey thing. It's delicious. I love doing it. So Garlips is also on Curse Leonard. And ERB is just about to take on Curse Leonard.
And again, Mr. Matt, you've said something which I assumed was a Mr. Matt invention, and then Driven to Veer comes in and verifies that drinking tea through a Tim Tam is indeed a thing that more than one person does.
Yeah. You doubt me way too much, Fish, okay?
I just have a healthy skepticism, I feel.
You need to drop it, mate. Just drop it, okay? Because you doubt me way too much here. Far too much. It's gone from healthy to unhealthy, mate. Unhealthy skepticism now, okay?
Tim Tam Slam. That is concerning.
See?
And Z was gifted Tim Tams and forgot to eat them. And nothing more I hate than either being gifted or buying myself a snack, thinking, oh, I'm going to put that in the cupboard and have that at the appropriate snacking time, and then my brain immediately forgetting of its existence until 2 years
it's
passes.
marvellous, isn't it?
Use by date. Terrible.
I just had that with a load of fancy sausage rolls with cheeses in them. And I was like, oh, I'll look forward to them. And then I forgot about them, and I was like, oh yeah, those have actually developed cultures.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Yeah, coming up to the festive season, I looked through my cheese selection, thinking about what I wanted to get in specifically for some nice cheese nights, and found a cheese that had existed since last Christmas, which I completely forgot about. It was wax sealed, so I opened it, perfectly fine. Happy days.
It would be. If anything, it's probably ended up helping with the maturing process even further.
Yeah, it was delicious. It was like a garlic cheese, which is fantastic.
Don't tell
on a bit of
Garlic.
pasta.
Don't tell Garlips. He'll go mad. He'll get furious that you didn't share that cheese with him.
Yeah, it's true.
And there we go. ERB also takes down Curse Leonard. So there we go. We have got the current positions of Adrienne in first, Garlips in second, and ERB currently in third.
Yeah, I think this is now a battle for second between Garlips and ERB. I don't know that there's anything that can go this wrong for Adrienne, but you never say never.
Never say never indeed, but we are coming up to the last 4 stages. So we've got the Ark Revisited, Kingdom of Sorrow, the Forgotten Path, and then the final boss. So this is coming up to the end now. So if anyone's watching this going, wait a minute, this wouldn't be able to be submitted onto SRC. There's a mess here. Don't you worry. We can end up, we've got timers and everything like that running, and we also end up having individual captures of each of these streams. So everything will end up being nice and clean and able to be submitted. If they get a good time, of course. Now, as I understand it, speaking of good times, I do believe that Garlips has indicated that he would love to learn how to do this run properly.
Yeah, absolutely. And Garlips is a renowned speedrunner, a very varied speedrunner, member of Bad Runs Club, so he does like putting time into various different games. So I can see him picking this up as an actual run.
I could as well. It's a nice paced run, I'd say.
Oh, another death there for Garlips. Not too much loss of progress though. I think just back a few meters. Neil is asking if people are running on PC. I believe ERB is running on PC, but has opted not to care about the restrictions for submission.
We did end up saying that if he wanted to end up having a time on SRC, he would need a frame rate counter. But he's opted not to do that. If he does get a good time today, then he said he will just do another run later on and end up having the FPS counter displayed on screen. Neil, we've checked the rules. We've made sure that we're following what they've said as best we can within the confines of StruggleR. There we go, getting the bouncer up. That would be the only thing. Perfect. ERB doing some little ring tricks on his way round. So, as Adrienne was saying earlier, the struggle that she ended up having with this is trying to unlearn the 100%. Indeed, so the reason why the FPS counter is supposed to be displayed on screen on PC runs is because if the PC ends up going over 60 frames per second, physics can get a little bit, shall we say, funky with this game, as well as also occasionally causing an unfair advantage if you're running over 60 frames per second. So the frame counter should be there with it as locked to 60 as possible. There's going to be a few little points where it dips down a little bit, so it's not too bad. But yeah, they need to have that displayed so it can make sure that nothing too funky's been going on with it. Well, hey! Oh, and there ERB goes into the soup as well, same as his brother.
Oh, just teasing that platform there, not quite going for the jump.
So I think Adrienne's run so far has been pretty damn good today. Like, there's been a few little mistakes, but I think she's gonna be overall pretty happy with how this has gone today.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. I think given her current PB, I think she's on a good pace overall.
Incredibly good pace. This could potentially be a new PB for her. And I think she'll be very happy about this, especially since Adrienne isn't someone who does speedrunning. We've tried to tempt her. We've tried to tempt her several times into speedrunning. Just even an occasional, just random run that you can do every now and again. But I think this might be the one that makes her submit to SRC. I think she might actually have a time on the board for this.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it might be going that way. But yeah, she is famously much more about the platinum life.
Oh, yes. Adrienne is, of course, the resident platinum hunter who has a ridiculous amount of platinums and even is ranked at a silly position on the UK leaderboards and worldwide leaderboards. It's silly how many platinums she's got on PlayStation. But absolutely hats off to her that she can end up doing that sort of thing. And ERB is the wonderful content creator over on YouTube, whilst Garlips is the resident speedrunner.
Yeah, and I did mention a little moment ago about the Bad Runs Club, which is the club that Garlips and Handsome Strife, friends of the Wheel of Struggle, started late last year. I think we're in month 4 or 5 of the Bad Runs Club. And if you are interested in speedrunning objectively bad games, then check them out. It's a good time.
It's a marvellous time to join them.
I believe the current game for the month is Wordcore, the marvellous mix of letters and parkour. And if you want a real taste of what Bad Runs Club is all about, look up Wordcore on Steam and then find out about the categories and get a run in.
Well, the best thing about the Bad Runs Club is that they find games that don't have a board at the moment, and they basically end up being the first to end up generating the science, the tech, the runs for it. They develop basically a history for a game in a month, and that sounds like a lot of fun. So if that is something that is up your street, doing some science, doing some runs, getting some history, seeing some new games that you might not have been exposed to, which are awful, do check out the Bad Runs Club. And I think you've just ended up sending someone to the board already. Draven's ended up already checking out Wordcore.
Let me see if I can get a Bad Runs Club Discord link for you, Draven. Get involved. It's fun.
So we're in the Kingdom of Sorrow, where sunsets dream. Adrienne is entering the end game now. Fish is just getting a link to the BRC.
Really usefully. Discord has this handy little feature. If anyone hasn't looked at Discord while they're streaming, it has streamer mode where it hides people's usernames and kind of identifiable information and all that good stuff. Turns out if you go to an invite link, it says hidden, use copy button while you're in streamer mode. Then you click the copy button and it copies the words hidden, click copy button. Which is just fantastic. I do love a really polished application.
Incredible, incredible. So at the moment, Adrienne is currently looking like she is pretty close to the end. She's only got to go through the Forgotten Path, and then it's the final boss, the King of Sorrow. So I'd probably say we are looking at a new PB for Adrienne. As long as nothing disastrous happens and she has a good final boss, we should be seeing a new PB from Adrienne. So she's going to be delighted about that. Ideal security. What do you mean? Ideal security. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking of Frontier Psychiatrist there, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, as it does to us all.
A club for people with the bad runs.
Absolutely. Lots of bad runs. Yeah, I've just had a copy refill delivered to me by my lovely other half, so I'm raring to go for the end of this race.
Oh, check you, other half, who can end up getting you drinks and stuff. I've got nothing here, Fish. I've got nothing. I finished my tea ages ago. I've got nothing here, mate.
You could get an Uber Eats or something.
I could, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I won't, though, because that costs money, and it's January, Fish.
Yeah, that's true enough.
In this economy, Fish.
Yeah, that's a
With
fair
all the
point.
kids I've got to feed, Fish.
I told you to stop feeding random kids on the street.
Oh, I can't stop myself. I can't stop myself. So, I do believe here, Garlips is just a stage behind now. And ERB, from the looks of things, yeah, he's just a little bit behind Garlips at the moment. They're both getting through the Arc Revisited, whilst Adrienne is on Kingdom of Sorrow.
Adrienne taking her time with the timing on these combination shots, just to make sure nothing goes wrong.
It's better because we saw earlier, whilst we were talking to ERB, that he ended up having issues with the first time that this crops up. A lot of parts of this level end up being parts that you will be familiar with from previous levels. Like, this is a remix stage, almost.
Classically good game design, bringing back familiar elements, introduce an easier stage of the game towards the end.
Oh, it's perfect. It's almost as if game design ends up saying that what you should do with players is make sure that they end up having elements introduced early on in the game that you can end up referring back to later on. So you'll have a version of this puzzle earlier on, which will be a little bit easier, and then they're showing it to you again later with a little bit of an extra twist to make it harder. Game design.
Something I'm not familiar with seeing after mostly playing just Wheel of Struggle games.
Oh, I thought you were going to say after just playing mostly Tetris all day.
Oh, Tetris absolutely introduces one shape, then another shape, and then it gets faster. Like, it's the same thing. It's perfect.
Is the long boy meta still viable, is it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
I had a feeling. Long boy meta always ruins things.
You say this, but in Tetris Effect Connected, there was various different metas around when they were trying to create a technique to get the highest possible multiple Tetris. So because you can freeze time and build up a perfect stack, and essentially score sequential Tetrises that only count at the end of that frozen time, you can get like a octo-heca Tetris or something, which is like,
nice.
like 18 Tetrises. But you have to build above the top of the limit, as if it would almost trigger the fail level if it was a single block more. There's whole like 40-minute YouTube videos about it. And,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there was like 2-channel, 3-channel. It's all Tetris is a very very complex game apparently once you really get into it.
Yeah, Tetris is a very complex game, and they ended up having to figure out like what were the properties of things falling. Like, if the grid is in this sort of way, what's the probability of this like next block showing up, and all this sort of stuff, and how does the game work that out?
Yeah,
I think it was like NES Tetris had no logic, didn't it?
Yeah, fundamentally, yeah. So the very first Tetrises just had complete random distribution, which meant you could get like no line pieces for 3 years. All modern Tetris is based on the same set of core rules, which uses a bag system. So you get one of each piece before you open the next bag, which has one of each piece. So the most you can get in a row is 2 of any one piece, if it's the last out of the previous bag and the first out of the next one, which makes for a much more consistent game.
See, I really did enjoy Tetris Effect when it was on Game Pass.
Yeah,
That was fun, that was.
Yeah, I still boot it up now and again because I've got it on one of the other game stores. But I did also play it on Game Pass because it was more fun playing multiplayer while all the ELOs and the ratings were completely wild with everyone just jumping in from Game Pass.
Yeah. It's marvellous when that happens, because it just means that there's an influx of new players who will end up jumping in and going, well, I'll give it a shot. It's on my Game Pass.
Yep. Yep. Easy
But
rating.
we're not advertising Game Pass.
Or maybe we are. Who knows? Xbox, if
maybe,
you're listening, get in touch.
Yeah. Sponsor the wheel, okay?
Yeah, we
This
can
is
have a Game Pass slice on the wheel. It could all come together. We can do it.
we can work this all out. It'll be a cross promote. It'll be glorious. We'll get all the money, okay? All the money. Right, there we go. Welcome on in, Devon Lass. Battletoads is a fun game. That you are correct on that, Nemesis. So this is one of the longest levels in the game. This does take ages to get through. So what ERB didn't know is that you can just literally stand, as Adrienne was showing there, just stand there until you have to do that jump. That's it. You don't have to do anything. This is just a chill time, really.
It's a nice, relaxing pre-final boss area.
Yeah. Have a little sit down. Have a nice little chill out. It's nice. Over you go. And skips that. There you go.
And for
It decided not to move there.
For Devon Lass and anyone else who isn't aware of where the placements stand at the moment, we have Adrienne's Revenge in the lead, going into... is this the last level?
Should be Forgotten Path.
Yeah, Forgotten Path. Might be the last level for Adrienne's Revenge before the final
It is
boss.
indeed.
And
Forgotten Path, and then you're on to the Terminus of Tears.
the Terminus of Tears. And we've got Garlips holding second place at the moment, just slightly ahead of Escape Route British, bringing in the rear.
This has been an exciting race so far, and a wonderful one to call. Just part of the action that you can find only on StruggleR as part of the Wheel of Struggle, located over on www.wheelofstruggle.com.
Yeah, it was a really close race. I think for that, maybe most of the first hour, it was really anyone's game. It was so tight. I think Ads and Garlips trading for first quite regularly there in the first few bosses. And then I think just as we came into that hour check-in, I think we started to see people pulling away.
It's mostly because Adrienne just was able to demolish the Curse Leorina as fast as possible. But there was a bit of a difference once they were getting into Palante the Hatchling. Palante ended up being a bit of a delay, considering that Garlips was saying that it was going to be a cakewalk.
Yes.
He had a bit of an issue with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think ERB is ahead of Garlips?
Yep, ERB is currently ahead of Garlips. He's
When did that happen?
so Garlips was having a bit of an issue there with the key lock section.
Oh no.
He's having another issue here because you have to be specific in the order. You have to get this one, get that one, jump up, go up to the next stage, hit that, go up. There's a specific order and you have to be fast enough to do it. That's where you have a section like that earlier,
Yeah.
but then you have to do it with an even tighter time limit on that one. They do the same things that you did earlier in the game, but just with a little bit of a tighter time limit.
Drops there as well. Yeah, Garlips is losing his head now, right at the end.
It's as you said that ERB can take this.
Yeah. Yeah, so the danger in calling things before things are over. But it is...
Oh no, he's gonna be furious, you know.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Now I know. Oh, bad jump there from Adrienne, but it's okay. It's not that much of a drop back there. Now, Garlips is a pretty good guy. He knows exactly what's gonna like if he drops it, he's dropped it. It's fine. These things happen. It's what happens in the races. Oh. A wounded Garlips is dangerous Garlips. That is very true. Because of course his next race is going to end up being the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer. Now I think Garlips is a favourite on that one. There we go. Right, Adrienne is heading into the final boss.
And I think it's really worth noting as well that the kind of race conditions that we have in StruggleR really does ratchet up the tension when you're sitting there. You don't know how everyone else is doing. You can't see chat. You can't hear us. You're in your own little bubble. Just knowing that maybe you're in first, maybe you're in last. And as the race goes on, you have a sneaking suspicion you know which it is. And you can really get in your own head with it. It's definitely not easy.
It's not easy at all. Like one mistake can make you think, oh no, I've completely thrown it away. So Adrienne is now currently against the final boss, the King of Sorrow. Woo! That's my impression of the King of Sorrow. Good one, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. 1-to-1, mate. 1-to-1.
Nemesis asking how the rando came up, Mr. Matt.
So the Legend of Zelda randomizer that we've put together for Saturday's race, do check that out. It's going to be a marvellous race. I would seriously recommend following the Wheel of Struggle if you aren't already, because then you'll know when it's live, you see, on Saturday. But yeah, it's come together quite well. I'm excited to see what the racers' reaction are to lots of things, really, but mainly the title screen. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they react to the title screen.
Oh dear, I'm so looking forward to it.
Right. Here's the last section, the King of Sorrow. Adrienne just needs to end up hitting these orbs. Get the hits in on the King of Sorrow. Yeah, sure, Cromat. We can end up sending that out afterwards as well.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
Markman's already been playing through it and he's been having a blast. He's been testing it to make sure that it actually works and it doesn't crash.
Yeah, for anyone who didn't see the first rando last season, there was some Mr. Matt special sauce involved, and it might steal some element of the show.
Oh, it won't steal any part of the show, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the racers' reaction is to it. That's where it's going to be. Oh, here we go. There we are. Adrienne has done it.
14958 was that? RTA. Shall we unmute Ads and see?
I think we should.
Congratulations, Adrienne.
Hello.
Where do you think you came? That's a good time. Where do you think?
Yeah, because I even beat my PB.
You smashed your PB
by 4 minutes. I'm hoping I picked first, but Garlips might have done it.
Adrienne. Fish, I don't have the heart to tell her, mate.
Oh, I can't believe you'd make me do it. Should have known. Yeah, so unfortunately, Adrienne, you have indeed come first.
Yes.
Absolutely. GG's, Adrienne. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. That was one hell of a race.
Thank you. So a few mistakes, but I'm really happy with that.
Love, get that onto SRC.
Yeah.
We've literally got one of the mods in.
Oh dear. Yeah, that was good. I'm very happy with that. Boss battles, I was really, really happy with.
Yeah. You smashed some of those bosses. Absolutely dominated so much of it. There he is, Neil Legend. That would be you. That would be you, sir. But you absolutely smashed some of those bosses. Just an incredibly tight run. A few little mistakes. I'm guessing you were like, on some of those.
Yeah, you should have heard some of the language coming out of my mouth. On those parts, yeah. So couple of stupid deaths. Couple of stupid things with the yellow moves that you kind of burst the other ones to change colour to open bits. Like, I dropped a couple of them, but I mean, it was seconds, really. I didn't do anything that caused me too much damage in my time, so yeah.
Just absolutely superb run there, Adrienne.
Thank you.
Chat have been going absolutely nuts. They absolutely love that. GGs are flooding in. Just such an incredible job. Where do you think Garlips and ERB are at the moment?
I don't think Garlips will be too far behind me. I know his time he posted, he was like 137 or something, so I think he's probably at least coming up to, I think he's around Kingdom of Sorrow earlier, maybe the level after that. I think ERB will probably be pretty close as well. So
they're both currently on the Forgotten Path.
Oh right, okay, so just before the final boss spell.
Just before the final boss. We got a question from Markman, if you're okay to be asked a question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Markman59 is asking, is it true you pronounced the game Klonoa, similar to how you pronounced Klonoa?
Oh gosh, yes, because we were having a chat about this in Quantum's chat Tuesday night. I say Klonoa rather than like quinoa or Klonoa. But yeah. But if you want to pronounce it Klonoa, Markman, go for it.
There we go. So let's just wait.
We also have a title for this for your achievement today, Ads, which is the Crash Clapback.
Hey. Yes, I have redeemed myself after Crash Bandicoot 1 race. I'm very happy with that.
Well, we're all just absolutely marveling that that was an incredibly tight run race, and along with that you put on such a great show, and you got a new PB. So absolutely well done.
Oh dear, I could even shave a few more minutes off that PB probably.
You probably could. As I was saying, like that is a run that you could submit to SRC, and I think that would probably end up taking you into probably 9th place. Nice. Yeah.
There you go. Might do that. Get myself on a board at last.
Yeah. That will shut Garlips up as well.
That's the thing, on the board and a win and on the board. I don't think it could get much better.
Funnily, you should say that. Neo Spoon just literally said double win as predicted.
Oh, Man U won. Sweet. Thanks, Spoon. I told him earlier, I was like, it's going to be a victory on the pitch and a victory on Twitch. And I was right.
It's all coming up, Ads.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. 100%.
So, just a quick update for the race fans. ERB is definitively in 2nd place now. He is on the King of Sorrow Phase 1, travelling down the tube. Like he's D-Rolly in Phantasy Star Online Episode 1.
And Garlips is
again, that's a niche reference that not many people will get. So, Adrienne, do you want to join us whilst we get ready to end up welcoming ERB?
Yeah, I'll be very, very quiet.
That's all good.
I won't let him know.
There we go.
So at the moment, Garlips is currently taking on the King of Sorrow as well. And sorry, I keep cutting you off, Kythius. Please, I'll shut up.
No, you're absolutely fine. Just mentioning that ERB's on his 2nd phase of King of Sorrow. Garlips just getting started. So, yeah, I think barring any major errors on ERB's part, I think we are looking at 2nd and 3rd place now.
All runners potentially finishing in under 2 hours, which is marvelous.
Do you think ERB is going to mention again that he didn't practice until today when he comes second?
I think so. Considering that he only did like practice runs today.
Yeah.
Yeah. To come as high as like to do as well as he has today, incredible achievement. All right. Oh. Sorry, I'm just switching my audio over, so I'm on ERB's audio now.
Yeah, I've put our game audio source to ERB's, but it is quieter than Ads's was. So apologies for that. Not much I can do about it at this stage, I'm afraid.
It looks like chat has predicted the positions of the runners spot on. That is exactly right, Z. That prediction poll that we had at the start has proven to be correct.
Thank you for having faith in me, guys.
The wisdom of crowds works.
There we go. So that is ERB also finished now, and it looks like Garlips is also on phase 2.
Let's get ERB in. Hello, Mr. Escape Route British.
Hello.
Congratulations.
I was on a tear.
Hello, Mr. Escape
You really were there, sir.
Congratulations.
Where do you think you've placed?
Second.
You really were there, sir.
I think I placed second. 131 and 134 was sort of floated around today as best times from Garlips. So judging by the fact that Adrienne was like, "Ooh, I'm keeping my time to myself," chances are Adrienne's time was a little better than that, probably about sort of in the 120, sort of late 120s. So I placed myself second and Adrienne first.
Well, Fish, do you want to put him out of his misery?
Yes, if I must be honest with you, ERB, you have unfortunately got it exactly correct.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting Twitch feedback in the background of your thing now, Mr. Matt.
Yes, I do believe we are seeing right now. Draven has ended up saying, "I'm very proud of ERB for getting second place, considering he only practiced today."
I only practiced today, outside of the playthrough I did casually in November.
Oh, there we go. And Garlips has just finished as well now. There we go.
That was close! What the fuck?
And Garlips has just finished as well. There we go.
Bring Garlips in, and then I'll say, "Oh!" when you tell him he's got third. I'll be quiet.
You'll be quiet, huh? I'm third. Yeah.
I already put him in! You should have told me you'd put him in! Should have told me you'd patch... Garlips, you have no idea how fucking close that was! Between you and me, second and third, like this, it's got to be like a minute in it.
Really?
Well, thanks for destroying all tension there, ERB. Thanks for destroying all of that. But it did make a better comedy moment, I suppose.
I think you should ask me where you think I came.
Alex, where do you think you came?
I think you should ask me. I think I came last, baby.
Alex, where do you think you came?
Well, just yourself if you didn't know.
Healing down inside. Yeah. No, I made too many stupid mistakes. I went for Munyep dolls on Vulcan Inferno when I really shouldn't have, just to flex, and from there it spiraled.
I had major time loss in Vulc 2. I didn't hit a checkpoint, so I went back part of the level, which was a huge time killer. Otherwise, there would have been more distance between us. But the fact that it's so close is amazing. I'm going to have to watch this back.
I didn't hit a checkpoint in Arc 2.
Oh.
I really should have.
So, just ERB and Garlips, what do you think Adrienne's time was?
Well, I unfortunately had the second tab open this whole time with the info sheet, so I saw someone poking around in the document around about the time I was going into the boss fight with was it the boss fight with Lyrina? No, just around about the time I'd finished the second arc. So I think Adrienne was a good 10 minutes ahead of my time.
I would say that puts her about 10 to 15 ahead.
Oh, so Garlips, my time in practice that I didn't tell you was 1:29:33.
Wow.
Okay.
My time just now, I think I was 1:25:32.
congratulations. I want to see it.
You need to submit that on the board.
We've already done all of that. We've already ended up demanding it. And in fact, Neil's even ended up saying, I'm the moderator of the board. I can do this.
Oh, there you go. 125.36.
When it's that good, you want to upload it.
No, I'm proud of myself today. I wanted a PB and I got one. My clear time casually in game time was 3 hours 5 minutes. My trial today was 1 hour 51:16. To get that down to 132:50 just makes me happy. I'll never play Klonoa 2 again. Actually, no, that's not true because I need to get all the Mehmet dolls for the achievements.
Oh, speaking of Mehmet dolls, can I cling to the one thing I've got? How many Mehmet dolls have you got? You got 2? I've got more than that. I need to check.
I got no Mehmet dolls. I got 10 stars and they were all accidental.
If we could please go to the save file so that we can see what we got.
Okay.
I got 30 stars, which I guess equate. Well, no, because some of those wouldn't have been Mehmet dolls.
Is this menu
summary?
if
you go back to continue, and then menu summary. I press new game like a tit. I'm all discombobulated.
Map. Play data. Yeah,
that's the one. It's square, I think.
Yeah. My play data is pretty.
3 Mehmet dolls. Yay! Commiseration prize.
This play data is sad, but it's not meant to be good. It's meant to be fast. Yeah, we don't save the animals here on Klonoa.
No, we do not. But speaking of StruggleR, Fish, have we got anything else that we need to end up shouting out for today?
Well, first of all, let's make the results official with the podium. So there we are, immortalized in Sonic endorsed podium positions.
Beautiful. I've got onto the stream.
Okay, I'll see it briefly. There's an advert for Doritos.
Oh,
very important stuff.
Oh, I need to buy Doritos.
I have a strange urge to not buy Doritos.
How many toes are in Doritos?
10.
3 of them.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of the theory that the Dorito implies one massive Doro somewhere.
Just a little Doro.
Alright, I see it now. I'm on the second podium. I'll take that. Even though it was so close. Dang. Well, I've got that over you, Garlips, on Mean Bean Machine. Suck it.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Don't bring up Mean Bean Machine. Don't bring up Mean Bean Machine.
But to be fair, we are brothers, so my second place is also Garlips' second place.
Yeah, it's shared,
because we
right?
share
that
everything.
Whole brother rule thing. Yeah, cool. Yay, second place.
ERB having a moment. Where was that? Where was ERB having a moment? Mark, man.
And Garlips, there was one question that we didn't ask you earlier from Markman59, who ended up saying, I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, number 7, and 2 number 4, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Can't forget that large soda. And if you can eat your lunch while everyone else is losing his, I can't remember the rest of the quote. Then use real, homie, or something. I can't remember.
Good enough. Good enough.
Well,
should we go around and give everyone a chance to just shout themselves out a little bit and promote anything they want to promote before we round up for the evening? So, Ads as our front runner, first place finisher for Klonoa 2. Do you want to just give yourself a shout out?
Thanks. Adrienne's Venge. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and some other social places. Team captain of Low Res. Please go check Low Res out on YouTube. It is a wonderful show that Mr. Matt Internet and Garlips pour their heart and soul into. I just show up now and again. Huge shout out to the Will of Struggle guys. We're mid-season. I'm really looking forward to season 7. And huge kudos to Garlips as always for putting all these StruggleR races together. You are an absolute legend, sir. And GG's to ERB and Garlips for being amazing opponents, isn't it?
Have been vital components.
We are technically components of your victory. So
don't worry, Garlips
really it's shared. Yeah,
Garlips was talking earlier about how Klonoa 2 has waterboarding.
Yes, it does.
It does.
And
it also has
snowboarding,
and desert boarding.
Thanks, Ads. I think you've stolen most people's shout-outs there, so we'll see what everyone else has to say. So ERB, second place for the evening.
So you can find me at youtube.com/@EscapeRouteBritish, because they changed the way the handles worked, I think, about a couple of years ago, and I haven't caught up. I mostly live stream video games on there, and I put out video reviews occasionally. I'm trying to put more out as it goes this year. And I recently... I say started a second channel. I sacrificed a previous second channel to become a new second channel where I post the energy drink reviews and food reviews and all the other miscellanea that doesn't fit under the video game banner. So check out Escape Route British and at Escape Route British second on YouTube.
Thank you very much, ERB. And Mr. Garlips, third place today, but first place in our hearts. What would you like to shout out?
My name is Garlips, known loser, and shout outs to the sushi in the fridge downstairs that when I bought it had the potential to be winner's sushi, but now is going to be commiseration sushi. I make bunches of shit on the internet. This is one that I've helped make with my friends here, and you can see more of them if you go to twitch.tv/Garlips, if you go to Low Res on YouTube, if you go to thewheelofstruggle.com. I mean, you are spoiled for choice, so why don't you do all of them? Do all of them.
We also shouted out Bad Runs Club earlier on.
Oh yeah, that's another shit thing I do. Yeah, Bad Run Club too. Fuck.
You would not believe the amount of pies Garlips has his fingers in, ladies and gentlemen.
American Pie up in here.
Just to let you know, Garlips, when you watch this VOD back, me and Clythius, we do whore out a lot of things. We whore ourselves hard on this, okay?
Thank you so much, because that was part of the remit. So yeah, you've done your jobs adequately. You're not getting paid though, I'm afraid.
Speak for yourself. I'm paying myself every day.
So just to let you know,
being top of the wheel.
Chat are saying, Stormy has ended up saying, that sounds messy. MBZ says, get your fingers out of the pies. And Markman59 says, gar pie fingers. Lips.
That's absolutely fantastic. Mark, don't use them all up today. Save some of those zingers for Saturday.
He's the man with the golden crust.
I can't top that.
Oh dear, I don't think anyone can. So we'll go to Mr. Matt. Mr. Matt, what do you want to shout out?
Bloody hell, I'm getting shout outs. Hi, I'm not used to this, so I don't even do them on my own thing. Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Matt Internet. I'm Mr. Matt Internet on various things. I host a show that I create called Low Res. Everyone talks about it on here. I've talked about it enough already. Go watch it, it's free. No one watches us, so there's no adverts on it. You can watch it ad-free, except we've got ads on there. We've got Adrienne's Revenge on there. She's ads, okay? Please stop me. I'm going off on a weird tangent. Ah!
That sounds totally udders.
Totally adders. Totally adders.
Yeah, so that's a very brief taste of what you can get over at Low Res.
It's one of the weirder pies, I must confess.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the more enjoyable for it. So I'll just round us off with a shout out to all the lovely people in the chat today. Thank you for keeping us company and making our screaming into the void slightly more logical. And special thanks to Neil Legend for popping in, world record holder for the first Klonoa game, and moderator of the board who will soon be receiving Ads' first SRC submission of all time.
You still got to do Mr. Blobby though, innit?
I do have to do Mr. Blobby. I need to throw some apple at some ice cream, and then I'll play the game.
So thank you everyone. Thank you to my wonderful co-host Mr. Matt. Thank you Garlips for everything you do for StruggleR. Thank you for putting this together, putting all the stuff in the background together, and thank you to Adrienne's Revenge and Escape Route British for being good sports, taking part and beating Garlips.
That's the bit he likes the most, ladies and gentlemen.
Always. I have beef now after my shameful performance last time, so less said about that the better. Looking at the calendar, just to shout out our next StruggleR. This is Klonoa. So on Saturday, as you may have heard throughout the stream, we have our Ocarina of Time randomizer. with a lot of familiar faces. We've got ERB, we've got Garlips, and we've got known loser Kylorian, and the commentator Mr. Matt making another appearance on that one.
Don't worry, that will be known loser Escape Route British on that one. But look forward to it, folks.
Have you done some more practice for that one, ERB?
I was going to practice today, but I put the practice into Klonoa instead, and I think that paid off.
It paid off, so yeah, nothing to regret.
I'll do some OOT practice tomorrow. I didn't realize that the other racers were practicing with checks described to them. Oh, this is available to you now. I've been practicing without that. So my practicing is like, when Piccolo has the weighted clothes on, and his practicing is like worth 10 times regular practicing. My practicing is 10 times more valuable than theirs. I'm still gonna lose.
All right, I don't want to set the ground for Saturday. It's already very tense, as you can tell. But I was around your house last week, mate, and I did put a video on that was like, here are all the Hyrule grottos, and like literally you watched it with me.
Yes, I know where the grottos are.
Okay.
Mostly.
That's like half the checks, mate. That's like half of them.
I didn't know that Adult and you had a check.
Fish, I'm heading off, mate. I'll leave them to it.
Yeah. Look, this is about Klonoa 2. This is about Adrienne coming back from the defeat of Crash Bandicoot to dominate Lunatea's Vale. And well done. Absolutely well done.
GG's, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, so we've had this coined the Crash Clapback by Mark Mann earlier on. So
it is. It's the Crash Clapback.
It is indeed.
But yeah, so do join us on Saturday for Ocarina of Time. And there are some more races coming up as well. And they're all available on there. The schedule is also available on our Discord. And yeah, get involved. Join in. And then we've got the Wheel of Struggle Season 7 in the near future as well. It's all a good time to be around. So with that, I think that's everything we've got for today. Thank you, racers. Thank you, Mr. Matt. Thank you, viewers. Any last words, Mr. Matt?
Baguette.
Brilliant. Love it. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a good rest of your week. And see you on Saturday.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye for now.
Munyep.
Munyep. Blue.